It's also the name of a Drake album. That didn't help me, but maybe it'll help you. What a time to be alive. Podcast. Give it up for Eli Yudin!
Hello! That is exactly what happened. I said, it's called What a Time to Be Alive. It's the name of a Drake album, if that helps. Carmen said, it doesn't, and it didn't. So, all is as expected. Everything is going the way we thought. I'm happy, man. I like this weather. I'm a big sweater weather, fall weather person. Not a summer person. Anybody summer people here? Woo! They all have abs. That's what it is. I feel like it's just people with abs. I don't like summer because I am not, this body is not built for summer, okay? This body is built for bogs. That's what it's for. You're not supposed to see this emerging from the salt and spray. You're supposed to see this emerging from a thick fog. I'm not walking to the beach, I'm walking like the Scottish moors, you know? And Sherlock Holmes is like, it was him the whole time. That's more the vibe I give out. I don't really enjoy it. I don't, maybe it's because I don't get to wear any of the summer clothes either, so like that's not fun for me. Like I don't get to wear shorts, because then I just look like heavy metal Humpty Dumpty. It's not pleasant, you know? Can't wear crop tops unless I want to get called Winnie the Pooh at Popeyes again. And I don't. Received that message in full the first time around. So I was gonna walk around in t-shirts and jeans, looking like Shrek with the Zoloft sweats. That is the vibe I get to send out. It's delightful. It's nice y'all came out here, supported comedians making Instagram reels. That's kind of you. It's important to support us. You know, you could be at home doing your little hobbies. I've got a hobby. One thing, I got this thing, I got really into this over the last couple of years. I've gotten super into it. It's this thing, I don't know if you guys have heard of it before. It's called balding. Anybody else? Checking this thing out? I recommend it. 5 stars, it's pretty cool. Because, you know, it was nice, especially with the pandemic, because, see, I'd always had an interest in balding, but I'd simply never had the time. You know, once the pandemic came, I had a couple hours a day to really just sit around and just bald. Get it all off of there, you know, because you got to follow your dreams. One of mine was to have more places to get sunburned, if possible. I made it happen. It's good people get bummed. There's one feel-good thing about balding, people always tell you, and they're like, it's a study you hear about, like, they actually say bald guys just have more testosterone than any other guys. It's like, oh, they trust this study from a bunch of bald scientists. Clearly. They're like, our body was so busy making our dick big that our hair is gone. I'm wearing a lab coat, so it's real. Or people tell me, another thing people say when I tell them I'm balding, well now you know, but I'd say, they go, well, at least you're tall. And like, I get it, I know they're just saying it's hard to see, but that doesn't, it just feels like they would say that for anything. Like if I was like, I have a week to live, they'd just be like, at least you were tall. That must have been cool. Your coffin's gonna be huge. Very cool, you know. But another weird thing about my bald spot is that when I was bald, my bald spot was the exact size and shape of a yarmulke, all right? And to clarify, I am Jewish even though it looks like I hunt them. Those people, huh? I'm Jewish. So I get this bald spot, the exact size and shape of a yarmulke, and it starts to feel like there is a God. And they're like, oh, you're balding. If only you had some sort of tiny hat. Maybe one that I had already asked you to wear. Wouldn't that be convenient? No, bacon is good. I thought, yes. It's a good time, yeah. I am adopted, that's why the visual confusion. That's what happened. One thing I know is that by blood, I am Irish, okay? So I was born Irish and then raised in a Jewish family. Like they were trying to create some sort of depression super soldier. Like I was in the lab and they were like, we can beat Lexapro with the right ingredients. Yeah, medication-resistant sad man. Came out of there. It was good. I feel like my parents should have adopted a more Jewish-looking baby, but I think they were just going for value. They were like, "What's the biggest one you have?" $1 per pound. What can we get? I try to do that, but they're good. I love them. People are weird about when you say you're adopted. I don't know. Most people act like they're like, "Oh, do you consider them your real parents?" Dude, they paid for me to go to art school, and now I'm a comedian. I'm your kid now. I can't argue against that. It's pretty tough. Now they don't pay for me to do anything, which is good for me character-wise, bad for me bank-wise. But yeah, I got to get a job. One thing I was thinking about, do you guys ever think about what your job would have been in medieval times? I was recently told this is a very white man thought. I accept that, but that's what I'm thinking about. And I was thinking about it, and I learned a couple of things. First, I'm wearing contacts, but I'm blind as a bat. At first, I asked Google a question. You ever ask Google a question, and the answer comes back so obvious that it feels like Google is being shitty to you? I searched, I was like, what did people couldn't see do before glasses? And Google was like, they couldn't see. I don't come to you because I know stuff, all right? But yeah, you just couldn't see, so I had to think about that. And so I think that being 6'5", 250 pounds and blind as a bat, I think my medieval job would have been monster. I think I would have been in a well or chained to a cart. Not a lot of options. People are like, it would be hard back then with no internet. It would be hard when you're in the windmill and they're trying to burn it down. My best option is that I get my hands replaced with swords and I'm the final boss at the Coliseum. I'm the guy that they're like, open the gates! That's what I get to do. But yeah, I do now. I have normal, shitty, modern jobs. I was a dog walker for a while, which was cool, because I like dogs, and I'm medium on walking, so 50-50 isn't bad. And I liked it, I did it, it was fun. The one thing I didn't like was that as part of walking dogs, I also had to take care of this cat, all right? And as part of taking care of this cat, I had to give this cat a pill every day, which is the wrong terminology, because the word give, that implies some sort of agreement between me and the cat. That makes it sound like I was like, your pill, little man? And he was like, thank you. That wasn't what it was like. What it was more like is if someone had just been like, hey, do you want to beat the shit out of the cat? I don't know if you ever want to assault an animal in the name of medicine. That may have an opening. Did that. What I had to do to give this cat a pill every day was I had to chase around the apartment, chase him to the bathroom, lock in the bathroom so he couldn't get away from me, put him in what was admittedly a pretty adorable little submission hold, okay? And then just physically shove a pill down its throat. Just kind of normal medicine stuff. I did this for a couple of days, and then I was like, I gotta find out what this pill is for. I gotta find out what I'm curing. I got the pill, I Googled it, and it turned out that the pill was for anxiety. The cat was on edge. What's the problem? Which I love that there's a fucking veterinarian in New York City that would be like, hey, I noticed your cat is a little on edge. That's no big deal. This happens. So, what we want to have you do is, do you know any giant strangers? You know any like big troll-like men that your cat's unfamiliar with? Bring into your apartment, pacing around, if you get the heart rate elevated, that's important. Then anywhere like a bathroom, really anywhere you can imprison it, strap it, put in a headlock, just in humans, animals, everybody calms down in a headlock, and then, oh yeah, touch the inside of its throat. Just tap the dangler, and the anxiety will flow away. I gotta get out of here, I'll leave you guys with this. I don't really drink anymore, but I used to a lot, and I have some regrets from that time, but I'll tell you one thing I do not regret from that time, and that is calling every fancy nightclub in New York and leaving a drunken voicemail on their messaging machine. And this is what that voicemail said. It was all the same voicemail, it went like this. It went, hello, my name is Grant Nevins. I was at your nightclub earlier, and my assistant, Gregory, seems to have dropped one of my priceless rubies on your floor. So when you're cleaning up your nightclub and you happen to find a ruby, please give me a call back. Brad Livings, thank you. That was pretty fun. And then I got the best voicemail I've ever received, which this is that right here. This is from the 4040 Club, which is Jay-Z's club, which isn't super important, but I do feel it adds to the bits.
Hello, good morning. This message is for Grant Nevin. Received your message about a missing ruby at the 4040 Club. If you can, give us a call back at 212-832-4040. We'll go over this a little further and get more information from you.
And that's most of it. That's why I love it so much, is it's just this dear woman doing her due diligence on a man who claims to have lost a priceless ruby at the club. And I don't know, I feel like there's two paths. Either I have unbelievable timing, and somebody lost a fucking ruby. I'm like, hey, free ruby, you know, I'll call her back. They won't just give it to me, they'll be like, what color was it? And I'll be like, red. Yes. Or, I think the more fun thing I can do here is I just gotta keep calling him back and building up this character, this absent-minded eccentric billionaire who keeps misplacing relics at the club, and find out at what point will they stop returning my calls. Just call him a couple more times, like, hello, 4040 Club? Yes, Grant Livings again. Oh, my ignorant, pig-headed assistant Gregory has made another blunder. At the bottom of your hot tub, a spear, the tip of which is stained with the blood of the man you know as Jesus Christ. I can only hope that the frothy water has not entirely cleansed the blood of the Lamb. Dredge it up, I beg you. I can come by, pick it up Sunday, tomorrow, whenever's good for you. Then I'll just keep escalating until it's like, hello, 4040 Club? Yes, you guessed it. My horrible assistant Gregory, while defecating in your bathroom, has misplaced another one of my precious items. Yes, I know I should fire him, but his family has assisted mine for centuries, and it would break an old pact. No matter, to the task at hand. Between the men's urinals, an amulet. The amulet of Apep, the snake god of darkness and disorder. Are you familiar? I must warn you, try your hardest to find it, for if it is not found, it will lead to doom, not only for me, not only for you, not only for the 4040 Club, but for the entire world. No worries if not. All right, thanks so much, guys. Have a good night.